first postseason at the box, just, getting the possibility to play 2 weeks at home here. What does that mean to you?
Yeah, I'm excited. Just excited to play with the team again. Ready for the postseason. That's what it's all about, and I'm looking forward to it.
What kind of stories have you heard about postseason baseball here?
I heard it's electric. I mean, it's already been electric all year, but postseason just means a little bit more here. And I'm just really excited to experience that.
Just the decision this last weekend to throw you and Cade on the same day kind of gives you guys a full week's rest, going into Friday, Saturday, whoever is going to get that start. Just what does that do, I guess, for you guys this week in preparation for this weekend?
Yeah, I think it just opens the door for, obviously, this weekend. Gives us more of a chance to do whatever we want, playing opponents. And I think it just is going to help our team going forward.
You hadn't relieved in a while. How was that? I mean, that mindset, like all of a sudden got to go in.
No, it was fun. I loved it. I loved going into that moment. Just pitching whenever my name is called, that's all I care about.
What was your immediate reaction to just seeing the names fall through for the regional?
I honestly didn't really care who we played. Stopped listening after we got the top 8 seed. That was what I really wanted to have. Just another opponent. They're going to be good. 9 hitters in the lineup who are good at hitting, so just have to execute one game at a time.
Were you nervous at all about the national seed as those numbers were kind of counting down?
Not really nervous. Just waiting for our number to get called. So it was a good feeling hearing that.
Anything you can learn from that relief performance going into your next start?
Yeah, just continue to be calm under pressure. The game is all about execution, and me really understanding that, and those high intense moments really helped.
When was the last time you came out of the bullpen?
Probably last year, early in the season. So it was cool to run out from the bullpen all the way to the mound. I had to practice that again. Didn't want to be too tired. Just kidding.
What was your reaction when Jay first told you, I think the week before, that you might go in and relief?
I started smiling. I was excited. Just a different opportunity for me to pitch in the game. Was all for it.
Do you have to edit the way you warm up or anything like that?
Not really. Maybe just get it started a little bit earlier during the game. But as far as warming up and everything like that, nothing too different.
Is this your first NCAA tournament? You've been in before?
Oh, yes, sir.
Is it just a different vibe here, though? No one's it's here. LSU, different crowd.
Yeah, for sure. Just really excited for it. I've said that like 3 times now, but that's all I can say, honestly. Just really excited for the opportunity.
Is there a different mindset or mentality to the postseason? Obviously, it's lose and go home, not necessarily this week, but does that affect the way you prepare or mentally kind of pace yourself, like you said?
No, just do better. That's all I got. It's the same game, whether the stakes are high or midweek game or anything like that. Same game, 9 innings, you have to win. So.
I think you only threw like 38 pitches on, Friday. So, do you feel a little bit more refreshed heading into this weekend? Was that reset a good thing for you physically?
Yeah, for sure feel more rested. That was part of, the goal with me and Cade throwing on the same day, so helped out.
What do you feel like the confidence level of this team is entering this postseason run?
Yeah, I think it's really high. I think all the wins and losses that we've had, we've learned from them, learned the positive and the negatives, and it's going to be really good for us going forward.
I know that was games and games ago, but do you remember anything from seeing Dallas Baptist early this year?
Yeah, a lot of good players. They swing the bat well, good pitching, get ahead in the count. So, it'll be fun just playing in the regional.
Can you talk about the job that the bullpen's kind of done, the relievers have done, I guess, this season, kind of picking up Cade, Anderson, it was like Andy, and it was just the job that they've done and what they did there at Hoover, I guess, to really kind of deliver there.
Yeah, I'll speak for just Chase and Jacob Myers because they threw, but it's really cool seeing their success, in that tournament. They're guys that, deserve the success that they get. So seeing them just keep getting better as pitchers is really cool. As far as, everybody in the staff, they're all working hard. They're all great people, so I think that those 2 traits will, help them.
With Jaden Newt, he kind of throws us. He's kind of similar to you in some ways, keeping the ball low in the zone, leaning on that splitter. Like, how have you seen him grown so far this season?
Yeah, I know he was hurt, so it was probably more of just him throwing in general this year. But we're both from California. I kind of knew him before LSU, but he's been great. I think just the experience is helping him as a pitcher on the mound, and just helping him more comfortable on the mound as far as his arsenal and everything like
Do
that.
you guys play in the same circuits and stuff like that?
Um,
Same team, even?
Not on the same team, but we're from the same area, so I would see him on Instagram and stuff.
Did you watch the selection show in the past?
I've never really watched it.
As the season's progressed, you've done a lot better job avoiding kind of a slow start or getting into some trouble in your first couple innings. What's been the key to that?
Honestly, just telling myself with the second inning, as soon as the game starts, I just want to start out off the bat, strike one, strike two, get out the first guy that I see. So just trying to be more aggressive right out the gate.
Jay said kind of one of the unique things about you is just how consistently you're able to pitch yourself out of trouble. What goes into being able to do that so consistently?
I'll say it again, but probably just executing. Like, I'm on the mound literally just thinking all I have to do is execute. Nothing else matters at this moment.
Coach mentioned that he was going to come meet with you in the bullpen before the game or something like that one time, 5 weeks ago. Do you remember that
Yeah,
conversation?
yeah. He was making a joke just because I kept starting the game, not to who I am. And I think I just thought about it after some starts. Thought about why I was starting bad and what I could change to go forward.
What about that PFP in the game you were in? Just mattering. I mean, how good is that to have those intense moments, I guess, to kind of keep you locked in and being able to perform?
Yeah. It was just playing baseball at that point. Fielding the bunt, checking third. Just the West Coast in me. I grew up, doing 20 PFPs in every practice since I was like 10 or 9, something like that. So just second nature to me on the field.
Did you really check third though?
Yeah.
That was pretty quick.
I could tell you and Kate were locked in, not having too much emotion during the show, but what did you think about the broadcast calling you all a 1-2 punch?
It was fun. I love pitching after him. Obviously he's a great dude, goes about his business the right way. Very great pitcher, and he'll pitch for a long time. So it's fun to be a part of that.
How have y'all pushed each other throughout this season? As obviously, as the broadcast mentioned, y'all have both had so much success in different portions.
Yeah, I think just our play on the field. We try to top each other's outings and stuff like that. It's all friendly competition, though. We both know that we'll be better, and us playing better individually will help the other person. So I think that's good.
We've seen the LSU offense struggle at times this year. I guess as a pitcher, do you ever offer any words of advice or encouragement to the guys at the plate? Maybe tell them what you're seeing.
I have full faith in our offense. They're great. They work hard every day. There's slow points for everybody, and I think them just continuing to play and just be themselves is going to help them. And I have full faith in them, obviously.
Can you speak to the quality of pitchers in the conference and in the game in its entirety? I guess we're seeing a lot more low-scoring games. I guess just as a pitcher, how much do you guys take pride in that and kind of understand the elevation of what you guys are doing out there?
Yeah. As pitchers, we understand, it's getting later in the season. We have to be more sharp. So I think the focus is just turned up a little bit more from every pitcher. I think there's going to be a lot more low-scoring games, just more competitive at-bats, and every pitch is going to matter just a little bit more.
With Jacob Myers, how's he really emerged lately? 2 shutout innings, and the stuff's always been there, but how do you?
Yeah, it has.
What's really working for him right now?
I think him just continuing, to just be in the zone with his pitches. You guys saw his pitches are insane. I wish I could throw 102 with that much ride, but yeah, he's great. When he's in his zone, he's literally electric. So it's just cool seeing him just keep working to get better and keep dominating.
We didn't see Zach or Kaysen. I know they wanted to get you out there to get some action. How does it benefit them taking the whole week and a half or so off?
Yeah, I think it's a really good opportunity for them, whether that's, bullpen, touch on the mound, recover, sleep, eat, hydrate. I think it's really good for them just to get, recovered and everything like that going forward.
So they don't necessarily need that game action. It's more beneficial for them to just completely rest.
Yeah, I think just overall, the time off helps them just think about, what they've done so far within the regular season and how they can, keep getting better just like the rest of us.
With all these guys who are starting to step up in the entire pitching staff, what do you think has sort of clicked for everybody in terms of the unit as a whole? What's working for the rest of the guys as well? Yeah,
just literally being toughened together. Obviously the pitching staff, we all have to be together and tough to win this thing. So I think just taking pride in what you're doing is the biggest thing for us.
You mentioned being from California. Did you see the potential of SEC baseball? You were seeing it all the top 8 national seeds. I guess, did you see that as kind of the way that the game was moving to the collegiate level and want to be a part of it?
Yeah, for sure. Obviously, the Southeastern Conference is, the gauntlet, like they say, really competitive. I just knew that I wanted to be in a conference that was really competitive.
You likely won't pitch on game 1. So, walk us through, take us through a game day with you when you're not pitching. What are you doing in the dugout, during the game? Are you trying to, do you pump the guys up? Do you, let them do your thing? What's it like with being with Anthony Eyanson on a game that he's not going to pitch in?
Yeah, there's a lot of guys screaming and stuff in the dugout. I'm more of a one-on-one type of guy. If I see a guy's thinking about, some failure that they have in the game, kind of talk to them, just remind them there's a lot of game left. There's no reason to beat yourself up. You're going to get another chance, another opportunity, and I'll probably be holding Uncrustable with it. Talking to him.
You chart?
Yeah, I do chart, yes, sir.
You guys were probably like a 2, 3, or 4 seed when you went to the tournament at UC San Diego. So how do you kind of safeguard against the team that's a lower seed that has that kind of chip on its shoulder mentality and play your brand of baseball?
Yeah, we talk a lot about it's not who you play, it's how you play. That's why I had a straight face when we saw the teams, because it really doesn't matter who you play, it's how you play. Like I said earlier, it's 9 people in the lineup. They're going to be really talented, so you just have to execute.
Does it help you at all, the fact that you guys faced DBU? Does it help just you as a pitcher, the fact that, you guys faced them already and kind of know a little bit about their tendencies or whatnot?
Yeah, for sure. Obviously, it helps us knowing, how their players swing, how they operate as a team, and what their philosophy is. So I think playing them before helped us.
Thanks, Anthony.
Appreciate it, man.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Anthony.
Appreciate it, man.
Anthony, how many Uncrustables do you eat on a game day?
Game day, probably 3.
How many do you eat on non-game days when you're just in the dugout?
Maybe 4.
Get that NIL
Grape
deal
or
going.
strawberry?
I know, I'm trying.
What flavor?
We have grape here, but strawberry is probably my favorite.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Uncrustables.
Unless you've ever seen before.
Probably.
Comes out of shit,
We don't have this in Rose Pine.
What is there in Rose Pine?
I think we can leave it at that.
How many stoplights you got there?
1?
How many
speed traps?
Dollar General or
Probably
Walmart?
5.
Dollar General or Walmart?
Walmart's 20 minutes. We had Dollar General, though.
We got Dollar General.
I said Piggly Wiggly too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, did you? Yeah, I did.
Ethan, what were your immediate reaction?
I'm just happy to play more baseball, man. I love playing here, especially the team we have. Fan base is going to be electric. I can't wait to play.
Anthony was just talking about he's been told that, postseason is so electric here at the box. What have y'all been telling him?
We've kind of been telling all the new guys, all the transfers, that, there's no other place to play in postseason like there is at Alex Box. And they're going to find out soon, and I can't wait. It's a different feeling.
How would you describe it, I guess, from the heat and the population, the whole thing?
It's just so loud. It's crazy how loud it gets here. Fans are behind you every out of the game. You've got support from. We might see 14,000 this weekend. You never know. It's just a lot of support and a lot of energy from fans that are there to watch every game.
The drama of the selection show isn't quite the same as the NCAA tournament for basketball. But when the national seeds were being announced, were you nervous at all as you were waiting to see your name?
I wouldn't say nervous. The entire season's behind us now. We did what we could do. You can't go back and change games. I think I was just a little more eager to continue playing, especially in postseason here. It's like I said, it's a different feeling playing here, so I'm just eager to play the next game.
How about the draw? You know anybody on any of those teams?
No, I don't. I don't know a lot of kids play around the country, but I'm ready to play. I think this team is ready to play as well. So.
You've seen Dallas Baptist once before. Does that help at all?
It might help a little bit, but like I said, we're just ready to play again, regardless of who we're playing. So.
Anything specific that you might remember from the game? I know it was months ago, but yeah.
It was cool playing at the stadium. Playing at a big league field was pretty cool. I remember it was a good game, but today is different than it was yesterday. So it's just another game we're playing.
You were a pretty young guy a couple of years ago when you guys were going through all that in 2023. Just what do you remember about just kind of how the veterans of that team carried themselves and how maybe you guys are going about doing that this go around? Yeah,
I feel like when teams get in the postseason, they try to change stuff up, try to do too much, and we have a great coaching staff here, so they've advised us to just play it like it's another game, go about our business like we would any other day. So just treating postseason like it was a regular postseason, like a normal game, I feel like that's going to help us a lot.
The last 15 innings have been tough for the offense. What do you think sort of went sideways, and how do you try to correct it?
I mean, it's a long season. I think we got to keep that in mind. I mean, that's no excuse for how we performed, but we just got to lock in on the, we could be one game at a time right now, so worrying about today and tomorrow rather than who we're playing in 2 weeks or 3 weeks is more important. So.
How much better has the pitching gotten around the country? I mean, some of these pitches you can't hit, right? Like, I mean, sliders away, you just can't get to them. So, like, how much more difficult has the game gotten from the hitter's perspective?
Yeah, I mean, baseball is tough. Pitchers get paid a lot of money to be really good, so it's kind of one thing we're unfortunate as a hitter, but it's just more of you got to know your deal, know what you have to do to execute against a good pitcher. Because there's going to come a time where every pitcher's hittable at some point, so you just got to lock into your deal, know what your strengths are and kind of just go into the box attacking and being aggressive.
How do you do that and still be patient and, wait out the pitches that you, like you said, mistakes?
Yeah.
That's the challenge?
Yeah, that's the challenge, I'd say. You just can't chase his pitch. Can't go in there in the box doing what the pitcher wants you to do or whatever the pitching coach wants you to do. You just got to stay to who you are, You got a lot of games under our belt at this point, so it's just can't really change anything, Just got to go and play another game and be ready for the mistakes.
How much confidence do you feel like this team is entering the postseason with?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we have confidence from head to toe. Like I said, we played a lot of games. We know where we got to get better within the 4 or 5 days before we play or even till the end of the season. But, I feel like when confidence is one thing that we really are strong at, I mean, it's hard to mess with us type of idea. So.
The broadcast mentioned it. Just you get a good view of it. Just the defense that you guys have played this year. Single-digit errors in the infield.
I mean, it's elite when, I'm sitting in the dugout watching our defense like Steve did on, I think it was Saturday. I mean, diving plays all over the field. It's insane. Even early in the season when we had every outfielder diving plays. I mean, I'm not even a pitcher, so I can't imagine being on the bump watching that. But, knowing our defense is going to do that every play, it's really cool to watch and, that our defense is going to hold us up. So.
How about your pitchers? Just the 1-2 punch that Andy and Ant, have been able to provide for you. Just what is that like? Again, feeding that confidence.
Yeah, I mean, what you're gonna get out of them. I mean, those are, like I said, like y'all said too, the 2 best pitchers in the country. When you get a Friday, Saturday like that, or Saturday, Friday from Ant and Cade, it's elite knowing our offense. I mean, we've got to put up runs regardless, but we have our pitchers that are holding us down even when we go into the bullpen. I feel like that's a lot of things that other teams struggle with is what they're gonna get on the mound. But between Ant and Cade, we know what we got.
Did you hear Jay's answer about why you threw Anthony in that game?
I didn't, but as I've told Coach Johnson multiple times, I trust him, so I never question it regardless. He's done so much for me, especially for this team in the 3 years I've been here, that if he does something, I'm not questioning him, so just going to have faith in him.
Besides the crowd and besides just waking up in your own bed, what makes hitting at home so much easier?
I mean, those are the 2 things. I mean, if someone was saying that they like staying in a hotel, they're lying, to be honest. I love staying in my own bed, first of all. Great sleep, great recovery. You get your own facility. You don't have to go into a new environment. Hometown fans, that's huge too. I mean, you've played who knows how many games at your home field, what the ball looks like. So.
And to that point, you talked about confidence. Maybe last year, maybe backs might have been on the wall since y'all had to travel. How much more comfortable is this moment, like just knowing the road to Omaha starts in Baton Rouge?
I mean, it's amazing. There's a reason why it's everywhere, especially from our social media team, who does a great job, honestly. It's so much easier to play at home with our fans. Going to other places to play in postseason, it's a little challenging. You're not in your own stadium, you're not with your own fans, you're not in your own bed. But playing here in postseason with everything I just said is insane. It's different. It honestly is.
Talk about the Goon Squad and what it means to be part of that.
I love the Goon Squad. It's a bunch of grinders, honestly. Don't always get their turn, don't get it how they like it most of the time. But regardless of what's going on in the situation, they're going to compete. I feel like it's harder than hitting normally, honestly, but they're ready to go regardless.
Yeah, speak to that. I mean, you just got to jump in and be ready to rock.
Yeah, it's tougher than what it seems, I feel like, especially with how hard baseball already is. But guys are ready to compete. They know their role, and as we've said multiple times from start to now, that you have to know your role and own it, and that's how you're going to be successful as a team.
Who's the best goon?
I think we're all good.
Lex have a pretty good average, right?
Jared
Yeah.
said on Saturday you guys need to kind of stop getting yourselves out and get back into character.
Yeah.
How do you go about avoiding getting yourselves out, and what is that character?
Yeah. Knowing your strengths, obviously. I feel like pitchers are trying to get you out with their strengths compared to our weaknesses. Baseball is hard, so sometimes it's going to happen even on your best swings. Like Saturday, I mean, we had a lot of good swings and it just right to somebody or diving plays, So just going back to your strengths, knowing what you're strong at, your confidence, staying within your role, you know what you need to do, and just kind of go pitch by pitch.
What do you feel like your strengths are?
Hitting the ball hard.
There is something though to low line drives. I mean, we saw Vandy, score 10 runs all in singles, right? And
Yeah.
You guys did have a good number of pop outs. Is that just an easier thing to kind of remember when you're getting in there in your approach?
Yeah. Like I said, baseball is hard. Pitchers are able to get us out even when we're at our best. But for me personally, I believe low line drives. It's like my whole focus with hitting. Sometimes, I'll pop up or I'll roll over, but I feel like that's where when I'm rolling good, I get low line drives going.
The way y'all lost that last game with Chapel Hill last year was crushing. How much did that motivate you this offseason and going into this next fresh opportunity here?
A lot. That was actually the first year in 3 years that I lost the last game I played in. I won 2 state championships in high school, so pretty successful at the end of the year. But on top of having surgery with that, it was a little more motivating for me, to come back, be healthy, play again, and I don't want to lose the last game of the season again. So.
To go from no home runs in 2 years to 12 home runs this season, what was sort of the key to really activating that power this year, just other than, I guess, just more playing time?
I mean, that was it. More playing time, more at bats, seeing the ball. I've changed nothing, so I guess just making better contacts on my bats.
Who's the guy you think that can get hot and be a difference maker for you? Anywhere on
I mean, that could be 1 through 9, or even like y'all said, the Goon Squad. Postseason, people come out, they come to play, and so do our pitchers. So I guess we're all going to find out when it happens, because it could genuinely be 1 through 9, or even the guys off the bench.
You guys didn't do a ton of pinch hitting. You haven't a lot this year, it seems like, but in Hoover specifically, we didn't see it much. Is it kind of one of those things where it's kind of a game-by-game process, and you don't necessarily have to go that route?
Oh, that'd be a Coach Johnson question. I've got no clue on how that rolls or what his motives are with it, but like I've said, I trust Coach Johnson, so if he's doing it, he's got a good reason. I mean, that's kind of just how you have to play under him, is trusting him what his moves are and what his, just got to be able to trust him, and whoever the guy's coming in for you, if you're going in, have complete faith in him.
Superstitious guy?
I wouldn't say superstitious. I have a couple. They're nothing crazy though. So.
Is it like you just have like routines? Like
Yeah, it's more routine. Socks going the same way. Nothing crazy though. Like I have to eat this today now.
Where do you stand on Uncrustables?
Love them. I love them. They're not too heavy. They don't hurt my stomach. They're good.
How many Uncrustables do you have on a game day?
No more than 2 probably. Just depends if I'm hungry during the game or not.
What's the flavor?
Whatever flavor we got.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not picky about it.
Do you usually eat during the game?
Sometimes not really, but if I'm feeling hungry or if I know I need to eat, then I'll kind of force myself to eat, but I normally don't like to crush a lot of food.
Okay.
How difficult is it to prepare for like 3 different pitching staffs potentially in a regional without much time?
I mean, that'd be a coach's thing, We kind of find out as we go. If a new pitcher comes in, we find out then about them. But, I mean, they're always having a lockdown. Every year, every postseason, they always know what they're doing. So I feel like they've put a lot of hours and work into it. So I feel like they got something going. But I just find out about the pitcher when they're coming in. So.
You just get charts, or you get video too?
They show us videos of starting pitchers, and then after that, it's just charts on percentages and stuff.
I guess kind of in that same vein, is there anything that you guys feel like you haven't seen this year going through this regular season, or you guys feel pretty prepared for whatever comes your way?
A lot of games, so we've faced a lot of different types of pitchers, but I feel like we're so talented, we're kind of ready for whatever. Obviously, game by game, so we'll have to stay there with that, but we're excited about it.
You might run into a situation like you did Friday to Saturday, where the Friday game ends late, and then the next day the game is early. And don't have that much time to prepare. Anything you can learn from your process this past weekend to use in the NCAAs?
Got to put the past game behind you. I know I said it last week or the week before, whenever, but success is very short-lived here. You have a game the next day, or you could have more games in a week than there are days. But just putting success behind you or failure behind you and willing to compete the next day or the next game.
I'm sorry. It's not too often that you would not see an opponent this late in the season as y'all did with Ole Miss. What do you learn from seeing someone that you haven't seen all season?
Baseball's tough. No matter where the team is in conference or what their record is, teams are really good, pitchers are really good, hitters are good. So you just got to be able to want to play every game like you've never faced somebody, or just want to compete for that day and the best you got.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank y'all. You have a good one.
Thanks, Ethan.